Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking. It means a lot that you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today I really want to focus on specifically Drea, who I think actually deserves her own video just because of how much focus is being put on her, especially in the strategical realm of the game right now that we've merged, and she now has 4 advantages. 4, including an idol, amulet, extra vote, and also the knowledge is power advantage, which to me is probably the most OP one there. But can she play it right? Will she flame out? I'm gonna go through basically what I think about Drea and her chances in this video. So the first thing that I want to cover is how she got all of this power and these advantages. So the first one that she got was the amulet, which she received alongside Hai and Lindsay. Now she was given the choice to risk looking suspicious by being gone for a long time with Hai and Lindsay, but they all had to agree, and they all did. And so they put mud on each other and were therefore granted an advantage called an amulet. And they did that in order to look like their leg of the race meant something when really it didn't. Hai, Drea, and Lindsay all get an extra vote to start, right? They all can use the amulet as an extra vote whenever they want to. But when there's 2 amulets left in the game, now those turn into 2 steal votes. And then when there's 1 left in the game, it turns into a full power idol. So essentially, you have several choices as to how to make yours more powerful. You can vote them out. You can ask for their advantage, to take it out of their possession, or you can hope that they play it on their own. To make yours more powerful. But essentially, there will always be either 3 extra votes in the game at once, 2 steal votes, or 1 full power idol in the game with these amulet advantages. And so this gives her bonds with now Hai and Lindsay, but it also makes kind of some apprehension go on here, because they have an incentive to either get the amulet from each other or vote each other out to make their amulet more powerful. But I will say that I think that she's handled this well so far in the merge, not really causing it, to be some sort of point of a contention, and more of a point of allyship. Let's work together, and then you can use my amulet, I can use yours. The second one that she got was also from the first episode, where she risks her vote at the little Shipwell Island and gets an extra vote, which works the same as a regular extra vote. The third one that she gets is the Beware advantage, which gives her an idol with full powers now at the merge, since she unlocked it in the pre-merge by saying the weird phrase and losing her vote. So she now has a full powered idol. So I wouldn't really consider this an advantage. And I think per se that if someone else had the knowledge is power advantage and they asked her for her idol, she would have to give it up, because technically it's an idol, even though its name is the Beware advantage, quote unquote. She found her 4th and final advantage under the sit out bench in the previous reward challenge. And this advantage is the knowledge is power advantage from season 41 that Liana misplayed. And I actually like this advantage. I think it could be more balanced if at the immunity challenge, Probst explains to the whole cast what the advantage is, its rules and regulations, and the fact that somebody has it in the game, so that people can have time to prepare and maybe toss around an idol, because now it gives them an opportunity to counter this really OP advantage in the right hands. For an example, Drea knows where the other 2 idols are, so she can just snag an idol. It's not very fair. Now, if Mike knows that somebody has it, maybe he tosses his idol to Hai for an example, or maybe she steals the amulet from Hai, which she only really knows about. Again, it's not really fair to me. It's like she needs to have to play against people who are playing against her advantage. It shouldn't be just one way. She just snags it and that's it. So now for where I think her spot in the game is. So I do think that it's really impressive what she's been able to do, getting into the, not only this majority, I guess 7 now that Lydia's gone, that is really controlling the game. And really what I mean by the majority 7 is everyone who's not Romeo and Tori at this point, now that Chanel and Lydia are gone. I think to me, this majority, and also Marianne as well, I think to me, this majority alliance is running the game right now. And even though there may be like a blindside happening within soon, I think it's still not going to be the core alliance within this big alliance, who to me are the ringleaders from each tribe, meaning Jonathan and Omar, basically kind of go together because Omar's playing the game super hard, but mostly Jonathan, Hai, and then Drea. So really it's Jonathan, Hai, Drea, and then kind of Omar just because he's playing the game so well. Those are the other people who I feel like are on the inside of the onion of this alliance. And I feel like, to me, the fact that she's in that top spot is really, really good. As far as her game going forward, her biggest problem is going to be telling the wrong person about the advantages. And honestly, she really shouldn't tell anybody about the advantages, even a number one ally, because 4 advantages, that's like the perfect blindside. It puts a huge mark on your resume if you blindside Drea at this point, because I'm sure she'll pull them out in tribal and say, damn, you guys voted me out with 4 advantages, and everyone's like, whoa, like big target. But also if you can make it to the end and actually do that, you're set for the jury. Speaking of jury, I think that her jury chances are fantastic. She's the right demographic for this quote-unquote new era of Survivor, where juries like to vote for quote-unquote historically marginalized groups, such as women in POC. So I think that demographic is perfect for what the modern jury wants to vote for. On top of that, I think that she could win at the end against almost anybody, maybe even like a Jonathan, going on the fact that her game is better than his, and that she did everything better except for the physical stuff. But I think overall, her biggest downfall is going to be her threat level, which I think she's going to tell the wrong person about the advantage, or Tori will start to push that red paint on her hands kind of storyline into the tribe more and convince more people. But who knows? I think that her not keeping Romeo as a number one ally, to me, is also a very big blunder by her, as Romeo literally talks in confessional about, wanting a strong woman to go far. And if someone wants to basically win you the game and feels good if you win, kind of like a Brendan in Token Chains with JT, you definitely want to keep that person as long as possible. And to me, I feel like her also having an ally that's just 100% loyal to her is also very, very important. I think Romeo will genuinely take bullets for her, maybe obviously not get voted out, but definitely play aggressive for her and to save her, and will probably take her to the end, I think, or at least go up against her in fire and trying to defeat her there, which I think she can win against Romeo. So I think her ditching Romeo is part of her downfall. I think after, a few more rogue blindsides, we're going to see people start to get scared of this Taku tribe, because I think the Taku tribe are mostly here to stay. Maybe like Lindsay will get sniped out. I think after they clean up the Taku tribe, the eyes are going to start to shift towards Drea, who's the biggest threat in the game, around maybe like 8 or 7 or 6. And I think at that point we will see a pretty brutal blindside of her. It'll definitely be like the big Shan blindside of the season, and I'll be there to cover it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for continuously clicking and watching and doing all that good stuff, liking, subscribing. It really helps the channel out. Again, none of this happens without you guys. Without you guys, I'm sure you guys being a weird microphone. So that's what I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.